Welcome to Book Blurbs. I'm Kirsten. I started this channel so that I could talk to you about books I've read on Amazon. I started last year in December and I've been reading a book or two every single day. So today I'm going to start with talking to you about Bought by Beast. Beast by Lexi Heart was the very first book that I started on Amazon. So what better place to start than there? I've read the book multiple times so far because I enjoy the storyline so much. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now. First off, Lexi does an awesome job by giving you a little snippet in the very beginning. So if you have Amazon Prime, free for you. If not, tap in still. It's a good story. We start the story off with Dimitri. He is our main male character. And he is actually a mafia man. All right, so the story kicks off with Dimitri, and he is our mafia man in this story. He is actually watching someone come back to consciousness, and his irritation you can feel through the words on the pages. He's so irritated that this person won't just give in and tell the truth. Okay, so we know that he's an enforcer for the mafia. You get that right off top, so you know how dangerous he is. Okay, then we meet Daisy, who's pretty much your all-around good girl next door. She's working hard. She's taking care of her lazy family, which you will read about. And she is attempting to kind of save her family. So she wraps her arms around her family, even though she's working long hours, working hard, working herself into the ground. She still comes home and tries to put in work there too. So she's making her lazy ass brother meals. She's helping her mom out and her mom's deadbeat boyfriend who's hanging around the house as well. Now, the deadbeat boyfriend really plays a key role because as soon as he trashes Daisy's room, she knows something's up. He takes her money, or he's looking for her money, and then realizes that it's not enough. So the step, well, not really step. Yeah. So the mother's boyfriend gets into debt. So he's a user, he gets into debt, and the only way to reap the debt or cash in on the debt is for Daisy to put herself up on this human auction. So, in other words, she has to sell herself. Now, I know normally maybe this is like for some people or not, but I think the way Lexi writes, it makes it not such like it's awkward enough that you feel Daisy's discomfort through the whole thing, but at the same time, you have the voice of Dimitri there as well. So it balances out. So if you are not really a dark romance person, this would actually be, it's not, super dark where, you're going to get chills or have to like step away from it. It's not that bad. It actually, to me, the balance was great. So that's that. Now, Dimitri's Harsha is basically the fact that he wants to own Daisy. So he is watching her in this predicament and takes advantage because he has his eyes on her. Again, you'll have to read the full story to get the full details, but I'm just telling you, what's going on. So Dimitri and Daisy, he purchases her, which is actually really good because she is really super nervous about being purchased by somebody who's perverted and disgusting. Dimitri really is kind of head over heels for her, unbeknownst to her. So that's the main part of the story that I love, that even though he's this like tough mafia enforcer, he's still super sweet on Daisy. And she really has no idea like why he's so into her. So he makes that purchase. He purchases her from the auction. She gets an idea of the kind of person he is. So when they describe his presence, it's pretty crazy. Now I'm going to read you a little bit because this is where Daisy feels like she was rescued, because she can tell, when you look somebody in the eye and you can tell they're a little bit of a creep. So she feels like, all right, I'm with somebody who's good. I'm good. So this is Daisy's voice. I suppress a shudder, unconsciously stepping closer to Dimitri. Warmth radiates from his pressed linen shirt, instantly making me feel calmer. Then we go back to Daisy's thoughts. The Beast? Is that what they call this man with the intense stare and frightening scars? What did I get myself into? So Dimitri is described as having this crazy scar. He's super self-conscious about it, which is why he doesn't just approach Daisy, say what's up, and ask her out on a date. Instead, he maneuvers this whole situation so that he can purchase her from the auction. Okay. Now, once that's all done, Daisy goes home with him. Now, Dimitri's trying to be super cool. He doesn't want to like attack her, even though obviously sexually, because we're in a dark romance here. He wants her, but he wants her to not be afraid of him. So he's working really hard to make sure she's comfortable, which then confuses Daisy, and she feels like he's going to send her back. And if he sends her back to the auction, she heard stories, horror stories from girls before she walked out on the stage for the first time about how getting returned is way worse, and you should try to avoid that at all costs. So Daisy is trying to do what she can to make the money. Now, Dimitri, of course, already has feelings invested. Daisy's trying to do what she's got to do for her family. Now, feelings develop, and there's a lot of like great mafia stuff in there. I think Dimitri, like we already know his Hamersha is that he is in the mafia. Daisy knows that he's dangerous, but she, as the story goes on, starts to figure out what happens there. It is a happily ever after, so if you are, confused, concerned, and it's one that I've read and come across that is a one sit read. You do not have a part one, part two, part three, which I'll get into some of those in a bit. But check out Bought by Beast by Lexi Heart on Amazon. Grab it if you want to actually purchase the book. So again, I've been taking advantage of Amazon Prime. I didn't even know you could do that until last year. So I've been stacking up on books ever since. I hope to see you next time. Let me know if you read the book. Talk to me about it. Let me know what you thought. What were your feelings about Dimitri, Daisy, their chemistry? What did you think? Let me know in the description box below, and I'll see you next time.